into the absolute strangest creatures in the ocean. We are talking about mind-blowing, entirely sci-fi-like biology right here on Earth. Seriously, if you thought you had to look up at the stars to find the extraordinary, you are in for a wild ride. We're talking shapeshifters, creatures with liquid skeletons, and predators that literally predate the dinosaurs.
Section 1. Aliens in our oceans. Real-life sci-fi biology.
So I want to ask you this directly. Where can you find real-life aliens? Like, if you let your imagination run completely wild and try to picture where the most unbelievable, biologically baffling life forms actually exist right now, where does your mind go? Outer space? Mars? Distant galaxies, maybe?
Well, the answer is they're living right here in our ocean. That's the ultimate plot twist. The most incredible alien encounters aren't happening light years away. They're happening every single day right beneath the waves of our very own planet. The deep ocean's crushing pressures and utter darkness have created this absolutely perfect laboratory for extreme evolution, leading to biology that, honestly, almost defies belief.
Section 2. Beautiful but deadly. Hidden ocean dangers. Okay, let's dive into this.
18. That is the exact number of highly venomous spines covering the body of the incredibly gorgeous lionfish. Now, the lionfish takes a completely different approach to survival compared to most reef dwellers. It doesn't hide, it doesn't camouflage. Instead, it uses what biologists call warning coloration, or aposematism. It boldly shows off those 18 lethal spines like a neon do not touch sign to predators. So yeah, it might not be a touchy-feely kind of creature, but this evolutionary strategy makes it undeniably mesmerizing to look at.
And speaking of looks being deceiving, this will mess with your brain. Take a look at the sea anemone. At first glance, it really looks like a harmless, swaying underwater plant, right? But the truth is, the sea anemone is 100% animal, and it is completely covered in thousands of tiny, highly effective biological weapons. These are called nematosts. They're essentially microscopic, venomous harpoons that fire automatically on physical contact. It's basically an ambush predator disguised as a houseplant.
But nature always has a loophole, doesn't it? You might be wondering how anything survives around thousands of microscopic harpoons. Well, don't you worry about the clownfish because they won't get stung. The clownfish's secret is a specialized, slimy protective coating. This mucus actually masks their chemical signature, essentially tricking the anemone into thinking the fish is just another part of its own tentacles. It's a brilliant biological hack that gives them a perfectly safe, well-defended home.
Section 3. The master of disguise, the ocean's greatest illusionist. And here we'll introduce the cuttlefish, a fascinating creature that absolutely belongs in a big-budget sci-fi movie. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the wildest ironies in nature. Just think about this for a second. Colorblind, yet the best camouflage artist in the entire ocean. How does a creature that literally cannot see color become the absolute best at mimicking it? Well, it all comes down to specialized biology. The cuttlefish uses millions of pigment sacs called chromatophores that expand and contract under neural control to instantly change color. But it doesn't stop there. It also uses specialized muscles, called papilla, to alter its physical skin texture in 3 dimensions, blending flawlessly into any surrounding.
Section 4. Older than the dinosaurs, ancient and alien. Let's move to and see how this builds when we look at the moon jellyfish.
This creature has an anatomy so alien and ancient, it almost defies logic. I mean, look at what this jello-looking creature is actually managing to live without. No brain to process thoughts, no heart to pump blood, no bones to give it shape, literally nothing. Instead of a centralized brain, the jellyfish operates using a nerve net. This is a decentralized, incredibly efficient web of sensory nerves spread throughout its body that allows it to react to its environment automatically. It is the ultimate biological minimalist.
So just how wildly successful is this completely brainless design? Well, to put that into perspective, 500 million years ago, jellyfish were already swimming in our oceans. That is millions and millions of years before the first dinosaur even existed. They survived all 5 of Earth's mass extinction events with this exact brainless, heartless anatomy. They literally figured out the cheat code to Earth's survival long before complex organs were even a thing.
Section 5. The ultimate shapeshifter, the coolest alien of all. Now, to climax this explainer, let's talk about what is arguably the coolest ocean creature of them all, the octopus.
8. That's our first incredible anatomical stat. 8 independently moving, highly sensitive arms, constantly exploring and tasting their environment.
But what makes this truly alien is that 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are actually located in its arms, not its head. This means each arm literally has a mind of its own. An arm can taste, touch, and react independently, even while the main brain is focused on something else entirely. How wild is that? But wait, it gets crazier. 3. That is the staggering number of hearts beating inside an octopus. Now, why on earth does it need 3 hearts? Well, it comes down to their highly unique copper-based blood, which, by the way, makes it literally blue. Copper just isn't as efficient at carrying oxygen as iron, so they need extra pumping power. 2 hearts pump blood exclusively to the gills to gather oxygen, and the third, central heart, pumps that oxygenated blood to the rest of the body.
And yet, for all those complex arms and hearts, it has 0 bones anywhere in its entire body. 0. The only hard part of an octopus is a tiny little beak. And because of this completely bone-free anatomy, the octopus can squeeze through a crack in a rock or slide through any gap just as long as it's bigger than the size of that tiny beak. It can get through pretty much anything. It's practically liquid.
Section 6. Beneath the waves. Wonders in our universe. So, to bring it all back home, the wildest creatures in the universe aren't out in space. They're right here on our planet. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Next time you look out at the ocean, remember everything we just talked about. If these brilliant, shape-shifting, ancient, venomous aliens live just beneath the waves, what else is waiting down there in the dark, unexplored depths to be discovered? Keep wondering, and thanks for